Alternate jerseys with the hanging Sox hats. It is a Friday, and it's Red Sox and Yankees as the Red Sox have taken the field, led by Jon Lester. Let's check out the New York Yankees starting nine. Derek Jeter leads it off at shortstop. The captain's been leading off with Johnny Damon batting second in left field. Mark Teixeira at first base bats third. Jorge Posada's the DH. Nick Swisher in right field with Robinson Cano at second base. Melky Cabrera in center field bats seventh. Jose Molina does the catching tonight, batting eighth. And Cody Ransom at third base, of course, in there for A-Rod, who remains in Tampa trying to work his way back. As on the mound tonight for the Boston Red Sox, their left-hander Jon Lester.
This will be start number 4 on the season for Jon Lester, a 1-2 record. That win coming last time out against Baltimore. In that game, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no runs. He walked 2 and struck out 9 in 4 starts in his career against the Yankees. A perfect 2-0 record with a 3.42 ERA. The Red Sox defense has made 9 errors in 15 games. It'll be Mike Lowell at third base, Nick Green the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first. Left to right, Jason Bay, Jacoby Ellsbury, and J.D. Drew, and Jason Veritek doing the catching for Jon Lester.
Tilden Culberth has it played for the umpires tonight. Jim Wolf at first base, Gary Cederstrom at second, and Brian O'Nora, the umpire, at third. Jon Lester getting ready to deal with Derek Jeter out of the gate here tonight. First pitch of the ball game in the season series is lined to right field, and a base hit for Jeter. He did exactly what he told our Heidi Watney before the game. Going to be a little aggressive tonight with Jon Lester, who's always around the plate, and he goes after the very first pitch.
Well, Jeter comes into the game with a .385 batting average against Jon Lester. He gets the fastball right over the heart of the plate and jumps all over it for the line drive base hit.
Here's Johnny Damon, mood per usual, as he stands in, having a very good year so far. 306, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. And we mentioned the good numbers for him against Jon Lester. Damon coming in hitting at .417 against Lester. Jose Molina also at .429 in his career against Lester. And Hideki Matsui not in the lineup. Damon to left. Jason Bay going back. It'll carry him to the track, but he's there, right in front of the wall to make the grab. And here's the introduction from Mark Teixeira in a Yankee uniform at Fenway.
Number 25, Mark Teixeira.
.222, 3 homers and 9 runs batted in out of the gate. And somewhat of a slow start for Teixeira to start the year with his new team. And it's ball 1 from Jon Lester. The Yankees have an identical record to the Red Sox coming in, both at 9-6. Red Sox have won 7 straight. Yankees have won 3 straight. Just wrapped up their first ever homestand at the new Yankee Stadium. And did so in a 5-hour affair against the Oakland A's in a 14-inning ball game to wrap it up on Wednesday. Teixeira only a .194 hitter at Fenway Park.
He was talking about that in his press conference this afternoon prior to the ball game, that he's never had a lot of success here at Fenway.
Whether it be a member of the Texas Rangers mostly or the Angels. Lester trying to keep Jeter close at first, who's back easily.
Now, Jon Lester already has 3 pickoffs on the season.
Thought about it, didn't pull the trigger, and it's 2-1 for Teixeira. The most disappointing thing in his career at this point was losing here last year with his team at the time, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He expressed that today to the media as he met with both the Boston writers and New York writers as well. This one fouled off. I think for the Angels, they anticipated being able to re-sign him, and largely the reason that they gave up on Casey Kotchman, of course, being traded away to the Atlanta Braves at that time, and Teixeira going to Los Angeles.
I thought he did a very good job in his press conference this afternoon. Very diplomatic about the things he was saying about Boston and the Red Sox organization. It sounded like the family had a lot to do with his deciding to go to New York.
To left field, Jason Bay over to his left. And there's 2 down. Jeter with the leadoff single, still at first with 2 down in the inning. So Teixeira's first at bat in the Yankees uniform at Fenway Park is over. And here's a guy who's had plenty of them over the years, Jorge Posada. The switch hitter at 286, 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. One of 4 switch hitters featured by Joe Girardi tonight in the Yankees order. Nick Swisher waits on deck. Mentioned off the top, it seems strange not to have Alex Rodriguez here. The Yankees are expecting him back May the 15th, but Joe Girardi kind of hinted around that it may be even earlier than that. Ryan Cashman making the trip here for the weekend series.
Yeah, things seem to be going very well for him down in Tampa in his rehab.
Posada down, a high fastball, and it's 0-1.
From the right side of the plate so far this year, Posada a .444 hitter.
Those DH games really racked up last year as he was unable to catch for such a long time. He's a DH tonight, with Jose Molina doing the catching. Ball and a strike to the Yankees DH. Posada actually caught all 14 innings of Wednesday's win against Oakland. Foul tipped, 1-2.
Not great location with that curveball from John Lester. He left it about belt high, but no contact by Posada. That's one that John got away with.
Jeter at first, 2 down in the top half of the first inning. Framed by Veritek, but it's inside.
John Lester thought he had it. He had a step toward the Red Sox dugout. The Amica pit zone says it's just a bit inside.
Off day yesterday for Terry Francona's Red Sox, ready to go in the first of 3 against New York over the weekend. Posada strikes out. Nice ending to the first for Lester. Red Sox coming up.
At 9.
Well, John Lester giving up the leadoff single to Jeter, then retired the side in order after that. 13 pitches in the first. Let's take a look at the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury at the top of that order in center field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, the DH. Kevin Youkilis at first base in the cleanup spot. J.D. Drew in right. Jason Bay in left. Mike Lowell at third base batting 7th. Jason Veritek does the catching batting 8th. And Nick Green at shortstop bats 9th. Joba Chamberlain on the mound tonight for New York.
Making his 3rd start, not a decision yet in the season with a 5.06 ERA. No decisions against Kansas City and Cleveland. Against the Red Sox for Chamberlain, he's worked in 6 games. He's made 2 starts and has a 2-0 record.
Ellsbury takes ball 1-1-1 with the Red Sox leadoff hitter. So it's a .270 batting average that's been steadily rising as part of this homestand. No homers and 5 runs batted in. To right field and a base hit for Ellsbury. So Derek Jeter led off the top of the first inning with a single, couldn't advance. Jacoby Ellsbury leads off with a single here in the bottom of the first.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense. They're second in the league with 6 errors in 15 games. Cody Ransom at third base, Derek Jeter the shortstop, Robinson Cano at second, and Mark Teixeira the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Damon, Melky Cabrera, and Nick Swisher. Jose Molina doing the catching for Joba Chamberlain.
Ellsbury held on by Teixeira at first base. Here's Pedroia. Pedroia hitting safely in the first 6 games of the homestand. As he takes strike 1 from Chamberlain. The numbers for him during the stretch for Pedroia: .458 average, 3 doubles, 5 runs batted in. Ellsbury easily back at first base. Pitch out, and a balk being called.
No stop by Joba Chamberlain. You see that his hands never really come to a stop position. He bounces right off the belt. That's the reason the balk was called.
So Ellsbury in scoring position now with nobody out. And Molina heading out to talk to Chamberlain.
Well, tonight we welcome fans watching this an HC game night in Showcase Cinemas around New England. For a schedule of future games, visit nationalamusements.com.
No one won the count to Dustin Pedroia. Outside, and it's 1-1. Well, it's clear, Jerry, during the offseason the Yankees wanted to fill up their pitching staff a little bit better than it had been. It was certainly a need for them at the end of last year. Mike Mussina goes into retirement. They add this combination of CC Sabathia and AJ Burnett. Appear to be much better. Who could have imagined the start that Chin-Ming Wong has had? This one gets by Molina with Ellsbury taken off. Going to try and score now. Throw to the plate. Ellsbury is safe.
Well, you don't see that very often. A man scoring from second base. He's off on the trying to steal third. The ball gets by Molina as he's rushing to try to throw him out. Joba Chamberlain a little late coming in the home plate. By the time he gets the ball, he's got the back to Ellsbury, and Ellsbury scores. Boy, he didn't let up at all around third base, did he, Don? Just kept on coming. What a way to get a run. And Chamberlain is rattled a little bit right here in the first inning. The base hit, the balk call.
So instead of Dave Island, the pitching coach out there, Joe Girardi goes out himself trying to settle down his young right-hander. One nothing Boston out of the gate. Down to 2-1 to Dustin Pedroia. Three and 1. Ball 4. Pedroia at first, nobody out. David Ortiz.
That last game for Chamberlain against Cleveland, he went 4 2/3 in that game, giving up 6 hits and 5 earned runs. He walked 5.
He walks Pedroia here, nobody out. David Ortiz still looking for his first home run of 2009. Now has 8 RBIs and has come to life as part of this homestand after a tough beginning. Fouls it off to the left. Numbers against the Minnesota Twins in the brief 2-game series, all played in one day. And most of the base hits as part of this homestand have been going the other way for David Ortiz, planned or otherwise.
Even with that, they still play him to pull in the outfield. Melky Cabrera in center field, shading over toward right field. A big gap for Ortiz in left center field.
A strike and it's 0-2.
Chamberlain's fastball right now at about 92 miles an hour.
David Ortiz generally brings his game to another level anytime he's taken on the Yankees. Framed by Molina, ball 1-1-2. Start to talk about the Yankees pitching staff, and I don't think you could have ever imagined that a healthy Chien-Ming Wang would have the kind of outings that he's had to begin the year, to the point where the Yankees had to send him to extended spring training to pitch in a game on Thursday in the minor league complex.
And he got bombed down there.
7 innings, 9 hits, and 5 runs. He threw 91 pitches. And they're getting him checked out, as Joe Girardi talked about today. Heard about his strength. Velocity has not been the same. Guy who's won 19 games on 2 occasions. The Yankees were thrilled to have back, but 2 miserable outings. Swing and a miss. Ortiz strikes out for the first out.
Chamberlain's strikeout high in the season is 5. He did that in his first outing. He goes to the breaking ball to pick up the strikeout against David Ortiz.
The key matchup is brought to you by Honda. Youkilis against Chamberlain, 2 for 5. It has been thrown at Youkilis' vantage point many times. Tough to tell where it all originates and what has annoyed Chamberlain, or at least in Youkilis' eyes.
And the guy that really doesn't understand it is Kevin Youkilis.
Chamberlain behind 2-0. Ball 3. The incident's kind of started August 30th of 07. Up near the head and up over it. And Angel Hernandez at that point of the second pitch ejected him, and this time July 25th of last year. In there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Youkilis has no idea where it's coming from. Chamberlain's thrown 16 pitches in the first inning. Walk of Pedroia, run in for the Red Sox. Strikes out Ortiz. Now Youkilis backs out. And quite a beginning to the season for Youkilis, second only to Miguel Cabrera. And the Detroit Tigers in batting average to start the night. Ball 4. Another walk given up by Chamberlain, second of this first inning.
Thanks to Ace Ticket, $200 will be donated to the Children's Hospital and the Red Sox Foundation for every batter Sox pitchers strike out. So far this season, Ace Ticket has donated $12,400. Thanks to Ace Ticket, and remember to get your Red Sox seats at aceticket.com.
Two on, one away in the bottom of the first inning for J.D. Drew. Strike over the outside corner as Drew shaking his head and asking Fielden Culberth.
Now, we saw much better velocity from Chamberlain out of the bullpen than what we're seeing right now here in the first inning.
Runs it inside, missing at 93 that time. Fouled by the Red Sox dugout. It's 1-2 to J.D. Drew. Drew's had a very good homestand. Last 8 games overall. Really got it started in Oakland as part of the last road trip. Red Sox playing very well at home. 7-2 at Fenway Park so far. Second best home mark in the American League, only behind the Tigers. 2-2 now to Drew.
Fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup from Chamberlain. That was the slider, didn't do very much.
Right side, Cano to second for one, on to first, double play. The Yankees turn it, but the Red Sox get the game's first run. 1-0 Boston. Second inning, Red Sox on top 1-0. Nick Swisher to get it started, then Robinson Cano and Melky Cabrera here in the second inning. John Lester had given up a leadoff single to Derek Jeter, and then got Damon, Teixeira, and Posada in succession. It's been a good start for Nick Swisher to his Yankees career. Coming over from the White Sox for infielder Wilson Bedeman. And of course, for Swisher prior to his experience in Chicago, coming up with the Oakland A's. Last year in 153 games with the White Sox, 24 home runs, 69 runs batted in, and only a .219 batting average in his final season in Chicago. Strikes out here. Lester struck out Posada to close the first. He opens the second by striking out Swisher.
Yeah, he got Posada on a curveball, this time an inside fastball to Nick Swisher. Swisher jumping back from that, but plenty of the strike zone.
One down here in the second inning for Robinson Cano. Back to the type of numbers, batting average that we came to expect from Robinson Cano in his first couple of years. A down year last year and off to a .367 start in 09.
Usually has a very, very slow start, but not the case so far this season. 10-game hitting streak right now.
And overall, has hit safely in 14 of the first 15 Yankees games of the year. Dating back to last year, 25 of the last 26 games. Melky Cabrera waiting on deck with one out. Framed by Veritek, but inside. Lester with a tough beginning to the season, losing at home against Tampa Bay and then at Oakland before winning last time out against the Orioles. And by far his best outing of the year, the 7 shutout performance, first win of the year.
It was interesting, Don, after that Oakland game, he felt like he threw the ball very well in that game, and he certainly came out and proved it in the next outing against the Orioles.
The issues were, as you pointed out, in each of the first 2 games, it appeared everything was up for Jon Lester.
Last game he pitched, when he went upstairs, it was by design.
Strike 3. Nice design to tonight so far for Jon Lester, his 3rd K already.
Yeah, once again, that pinpoint control. We've seen it twice now. He went inside on Nick Swisher. Now he goes to the outside corner on Robinson Cano. So early in this ball game, Jon Lester making some nasty pitches.
He's retired 5 Yankees in a row, and here's Melky Cabrera. Cabrera with 4 home runs, hit 2 in that game on Wednesday against Oakland as he chops this one foul.
He had the game winner, didn't he?
He did. Solo home run in the 2nd inning, and then a 2-run walk-off home run, his 4th of the year in the 14th inning. Ball and a strike to Melky Cabrera. Outfield straight away on Cabrera. Inside 2-1. Skips in, and it's 3-1 now to Cabrera.
Melky Cabrera 5 for 8 in his career off Jon Lester.
Jose Molina waiting on deck as the Yankees bat here in the top half of the 2nd. Ball 4, and the first walk given up by Lester breaks up a string of 5 in a row.
Well, Red Sox fans, purchase your Taylor versus Frotch tickets at the MGM Grand at Foxwoods tomorrow night. For more information, log on to mgm@foxwoods.com.
A 2-out walk for Melky Cabrera. And here's Jose Molina, the Yankees catcher, off to a 2-11 start on the season. There was a time when Benji and Jose, 2 of the 3 Molina brothers, played together as a tandem for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and he was traded away from Los Angeles back on the 21st of July in 07. Signed a 2-year contract with the Yankees, extends through the end of this year, and really did the bulk of the catching last year after Posada went down. And tonight does the catching. Posada's the DH. Fouls it straight back, 1-1.
Pretty good hack at that high fastball. Led a high fastball from Jon Lester. A home run swing here by Molina, but fouls it straight back.
Strike, and it's 1-2.
Lester has the ability to turn that fastball over 2 at times. That was a turnover fastball at 93 miles an hour.
Mentioned the amount of starts for Molina last year. 81 starts as a catcher last season for the Yankees. Marked the most starts by a Yankees catcher other than Jorge Posada since their manager Joe Girardi made 109 starts behind the plate back in 1997. There was the runner at first. It's ball 3. Veritek's throw is not going to be in time. So Melky Cabrera stealing second base and getting into scoring position with 2 outs.
He'll pick up his first stolen base of the season with an excellent jump at first base. Throw from Veritek tails back in towards second base, and Cabrera has the steal and gets in scoring position.
Close pitch, and Lester wanted it, but it's ball 4 for Molina. Back-to-back walks allowed by Lester.
Apparently this last pitch, the last curveball, called for being too high. Let's see what Amika says. Amika agrees that it was too high. Well, the Sox for Sox drive benefiting Boston Healthcare for the Homeless returns to Fenway Park tomorrow and Sunday for its 4th year. Clean socks are important for good health, and the homeless often go without. Please donate a new pack of white cotton socks at Fenway during the Yankees series this weekend. For more complete information, visit NESN.com.
Cody Ransom filling in at third base in the absence of Alex Rodriguez. Bats 9th and takes strike 1 from Lester. Played in 33 total games of the Yankees last year and hit at .302. 6 starts at short, 3 at third, 2 at first, and 1 at second base. Another strike, and it's 0-2. Curveball and a fastball, the first 2 pitches to Ransom.
Yeah, and John's done a good job in this inning keeping that fastball down in the zone and on the corners. One exception was the fastball that Molina fouled straight back.
Tried to hold up. Did he go around? No. Much to the surprise of Lester, Veritek, and virtually all the Red Sox who were headed off the field.
Looks like he did hold up.
Jim Wolf, the umpire at first base, making that call. So it's a 1-2 pitch now to Cody Ransom. Cabrera at second base, Molina at first, 2 down. Ransom fouls it off his foot. Ransom originally signed by the Yankees as a free agent. Was a San Francisco Giants 9th round pick in '98. And as they got deeper into camp and realized that Alex Rodriguez would not be able to start the season, Cody Ransom getting the nod to start the year. Third base, 170 average so far. Top of the Yankees order, Derek Jeter waiting on deck. Now he strikes out. Went around, 4 strikeouts for Lester. The Yankees strand a pair, 1-0 Boston.
Olympia Sports is proud to support the pediatric trauma program at Children's Hospital Boston. Come into any Olympia Sports location today and make a donation to help children's world-class doctors pioneer and provide advanced treatments for kids who need your help.
1-0 Red Sox on top of the Yankees as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Both teams with some chances to score. The Red Sox have a run. Jason Bay leads it off in the bottom of the second. And the first time that Joba Chamberlain has not been ahead. 4 for 4 and first pitch strikes. Pitch for a strike over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Pitch 25 from Chamberlain of his outing. Kind of a rocky first, but he's able to get J.D. Drew to ground into the 4-6-3 double play to get out of any damage. As ended up walking 2 in that first inning.
It looked like he got a little rattled with all that Jacoby Ellsbury stuff running around the bases.
Now to left center for Bay. Cabrera over to play it. Wide turn for Bay, but getting it back in very quickly. The strong arm is Melky Cabrera.
Now Jason Bay had only been 2 for his last 18, but he gets on top of a high fastball. Just about let a high, gets the hands above the ball and puts it on a line for the base hit. Looked like it might be 2, but a nice job by Melky Cabrera to get over and quickly get this ball back into second base.
Here is Mike Lowell with Bay at first base. 315, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. It's time now for the Red Sox Offensive Player of the Week, brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. This week's honoree is Mike Lowell. 474, 8 RBIs in the last 5 games. Not only that, he has only 1 strikeout his last 19 at bats. Congratulations to Mike Lowell from BMW, the ultimate driving machine. On the ground to shortstop, Jeter, the second for 1 on to first, double play. The second grounded into by the Red Sox. And for the first time tonight, I'm checking with Heidi Watney.
Don, the atmosphere on the ballpark has turned up a couple of notches today with the Yankees in town. Terry Francona even joked that he becomes much more popular when these two teams face off with the number of ticket requests he gets. But even he wasn't prepared for his first Red Sox-Yankees game.
I think I was a little naive when I first got here. I didn't realize, I tried to do my homework, but until you kind of live through it, the first couple games, I had to kind of remind myself. I was, I don't know if jittery is the right word, but a little extra emotion. I think when you do something enough, not that you lose interest, because I don't, I love it, but you get used to it, and again, the games really still are exciting because there's a lot of good players on both sides.
Well, a quick inning for Joba Chamberlain. It's 1-0 Boston after 2.
Looking for a good long-term investment besides stocks and real estate? The Range Rover Sport is predicted to have the highest residual value in its class. Range Rover Sport, the luxury that's more than a luxury.
Now you have a chance to win an authentic Dustin Pedroia model glove, signed personally by Dustin. But the only way to register to win this Easton limited edition Dustin Pedroia glove is to go to the Sullivan Tire website, sullivantire.com. There'll be a different winner on each 2009 regular season game day, but you just register once, and these gloves are not for.
Third inning from Fenway Park. Red Sox on top 1-0. And it's the top of the Yankees order to get it started in the third. Derek Jeter, Johnny Damon, and Mark Teixeira. Jeter's got the only hit off Lester. Jeter was after the first pitch first time around, single to right. 2 other base runners for New York through the first 2. A walk for Cabrera, a walk for Molina. Lester's working here in the third inning to the first batter, about to throw his 40th pitch. And it's fouled off. Jeter recently participating in his 2,000th game for the Yankees. On Wednesday, he reached number 2,000. Incredible career for Derek Jeter. Inside, a ball and 2 strikes. Johnny Damon also playing in his 2,000th career game recently. Did so Tuesday against Oakland. On the ground, Pedroia stepped to his right and was aligned defensively well, and there's 1 down.
The Amica Pit Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Get the right auto and home coverage at amicacoverage.com. The 3 strikeouts last inning for John Lester. An inside fastball to Swisher, an outside fastball to Robinson Cano, and a cut fastball to Cody Ransom.
Johnny Damon flied out to the warning track and left first time up. And take strike one from Lester. Appears to be getting into a quicker groove at the moment, getting it and throwing it. Outside for ball one.
Well, Johnny still gets booed when he gets introduced at Fenway, but not quite as bad as when he first came back.
Broken bat grounder, foul outside of first base.
Find out why more and more people in New England are starting their day at Cumberland Farms. Now more than ever, it's a great place to stop in for a quick and tasty on-the-go breakfast at a fantastic price. Cumberland Farms, the official convenience store of the Boston Red Sox.
Two and two to Johnny Damon. As he takes a ball outside full count. It had been 0-2. Damon's worked it full. Broken bat, another one, and Nick Green can't climb the ladder to grab it. Just out of his outstretched reach, and reaching at first is Damon.
A good battle in that at bat by Johnny Damon. He quickly fell behind and ends up getting himself a broken bat base hit. Looks like the fastball there. The bat just splinters in half, but Damon up over the head of Nick Green for the hit. So 4-17 coming into the game. 1 for 2 tonight against John Lester.
One out, one on. Mark Teixeira flied out to left field first time up, getting his second look at John Lester. Boos continue to ring down. Fouled off to our right.
The question was asked to Teixeira, why have you not had success at Fenway? He says, well, maybe Red Sox pitching has had something to do with that over the years.
This is pitch 50 from this Red Sox pitcher, and it misses up top. 1-1. This one trickled foul down the third baseline. And Teixeira will climb back in with a count of 1-2. One ball, two strikes with one out. And time call. Teixeira asking for it. Phil Culberth granting him the timeout wish. Jeter grounded out Damon with a single. The second hit off Lester. Held on at first by Youk. Down and in, 2-2. Osada on deck. New York batting here in the top half of the third inning. High chopper, deep third. Lowell is going to go to first with the throw. Picked up by Youk, but not in time.
Well, he didn't get to Teixeira, but that's a heck of a play by Mike Lowell because he's going back toward the outfield when he makes that throw. Still had enough on it to get it to Kevin Youk on that one bounce. But Teixeira hustling all the way down the line just beats it. Foot at the front of the bag as Youk gets it in the glove.
Two on, one away. And here's Posada. He struck out swinging in the first inning, one of 4 strikeouts for John Lester. Who ended up striking out the side in the second, mixed in 2 walks along the way. It's 0-1. 94 that time from Lester.
Posada thought that pitch was down and out of the strike zone. Not according to Amiga.
Another strike and it's 0-2. Yankees are able to get a runner on in the first, could not score, and 2 on in the second, could not score. They got 2 on here in the third. It's an 0-2 to Posada. Too far inside, 1-2. Lester having to throw a lot of pitches through 2 1/3 innings. He's up to 56 pitches. Again, John has never lost to the New York Yankees. Strike 3 call. 5th strikeout for Lester, 2 down.
Well, Posada may have had curveball in the back of his mind because that's how he struck him out back in the first inning. This time it's a fastball that gets Posada on the inside corner. Jorge Posada 0 for his last 9 now with runners in scoring position.
2 down, first and second. Nick Swisher, the batter. He went looking in the second inning.
It's not unusual, Don, to see high pitch counts from the starters on both teams against this, in these games because they both take a lot of pitches and make pitches work very hard.
Terry Francona give the reasons for why these games are so long, and I'd put that one probably at the top of the list, how patient both these teams are from an offensive standpoint. Deep into counts, virtually every batter. And both starters working hard in tonight's game right out of the gate. Both teams with good chances so far, but only 1 run between them. Swisher's ahead 2-0. '60th pitch of the night for John Lester. He bluffs off the backside. He's got Damon at second base, Teixeira at first base, and 2 down. Drops in there for a strike, 2-1.
You look at the 2 hits in this inning for the Yankees. Johnny Damon, a broken bat base hit. And of course, Teixeira, that high bounce to third base.
Line caught by Mike Lowell at third base. Laying it out at the line to reel it in. The Yankees strand a pair. It's 1-0 Boston. Back at Fenway, Red Sox on top 1-0. What a spectacular play by Mike Lowell to end last inning.
Well, we talked in the open about the way Mike Lowell is playing offensively and defensively. There he takes a run away from the New York Yankees with the dive to his right.
It's really our pleasure to have a true legend in our business, Dick Ebersol, alongside. Good to see you, Dick.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Jerry, nice to see you again.
Here at Fenway Park, of course, NBC does not cover this here tonight, but you're here anyway for this big event.
Well, the Red Sox are awfully close to our heart with just the wonderful way the team and the fans responded when we lost our son 5 years ago in the really beautiful park downtown, the Teddy Ebersol Red Sox field that Jerry was nice enough to be the MC when they opened 4 years ago. So I feel pretty close to this organization.
You know, you drive by on Stroh Drive all the time. You see all the kids out there playing. It's got to be fun for you to see those kids out there on the field.
Hey, it's a living memorial, and out of a tough thing like what we went through, that's the best you can have.
And you got another big award coming your way, don't you, very soon?
Oh, they're giving me a Lifetime Achievement Award in New York on Monday night.
That's not bad stuff.
Well, no, but there's a hook to it. I'm the first person to ever get the award to still be in the business, so I think it may be a way of telling me I've been here too long.
Well, 24 Emmys yourself. You think about all the things you've covered. Is there one event that stands out for you as being your favorite?
Yeah, more than anything else. It took me 7 months to convince the nice people in Atlanta not to have Evander Holyfield light the torch to start the Olympics. They just didn't see Ali the way that so many of us did. But to their credit, they listened and they let me show them all kinds of films and give them a different sense of Ali. And I think the greatest moment of my career was when he first appeared up at the top of the ramp in that stadium. The hush in that stadium and the collective response across the country was probably the thing I remember and will cherish the most out of my whole career.
That has to really be quite a task putting on in the Olympics.
It is, and it's so different every time. I mean, China was 6.5 years of a glorious mystery. And then all of a sudden, in the last 6 months, it all came together, and the Chinese were incredibly gracious hosts. And we caught the story of probably all time in the Olympics with Michael Phelps for 8 straight nights, swimming live at 10 o'clock at night and setting all kinds of new records.
What about the challenges of being in another country and taking on that kind of television product? Is that difficult as well?
Yeah, but you know, it really has to do with basic things. The Chinese were good about this, and I won't name the countries, but some countries you go into.
In the center field for Nick Green. Good at bat. He's got himself a leadoff single in the third.
Well, the Red Sox have had the leadoff man on in all 3 innings so far in this ball game tonight.
I was going to say that the different cultures present challenging things. I have a lot of women in positions of authority working for me, and there was one Olympic city that shall go nameless, and they weren't used to dealing with women. And for the first year, they really kind of challenged us on that, and I made it clear to them those women aren't going away. Learn how to deal with them. And that's the biggest change. It's just the cultural habits from country to country.
Popped up by Ellsbury. Back comes Molina. He's got to play, and he makes it basket style. And makes the grab for the first out of the inning.
I'd like to know about the Saturday Night Live days. That's what I'd like to know about.
Well, I'll tell you a great Saturday Night Live story that isn't really well known. When I went back to do the show the second time around in the early 80s, John Madden, that's how I got to know him, came to host the show. It was the week after the Super Bowl that Montana won his first Super Bowl in Detroit, the indoor game against Cincinnati. And John got to New York a day late, and we were sort of playing catch-up all week to get the scripts right and everything. And as the week went on, I kept listening to him tell stories about various old Raider players and how bizarre they were and how much fun he had coaching them. So I said, you know, John, near the end of the show, why don't you do a sort of a monologue about the strange habits of these players? And he said, okay, good idea. So the dress rehearsal in New York's 3 hours before the real show, but it's a full audience, different audience. And with 10 minutes to go in that dress rehearsal, when he was standing up on stage getting ready to do that in front of the dress audience, this voice screamed out.
Fair ball for Pedroia into the corner as Nick Green will stop at third. It's a double for Dustin Pedroia, second and third with one away.
Well, it's just virtually impossible to throw a high fastball by Dustin Pedroia. Joba Chamberlain going upstairs. They wanted that ball away, but it stays middle in, and Pedroia right down that left field line for a second and third situation for the Red Sox. Just in fair territory.
Wow. So in any case, Madden had called out my name, and I ignored it. So he got louder and yelled my name again. So I walked out from my seat, which was under the bleachers where the folks sit, and came out on the floor in full view of the 500 people in the audience. And he said, you know, Ebersol, I'm very unhappy with the way this week has gone, and only as a courtesy to these nice people who've come to this dress rehearsal am I going to finish the dress rehearsal. But I want you to know I'm not staying for the real show. And for maybe 3 seconds he let it hang, and then I saw a little smile at the corner of his mouth, and I knew I'd been had. And that was our relationship for 27 years. So when he called me on the phone 2 weeks ago and told me one night that he was thinking of retiring, I was waiting for the punchline. And the best I could do was talk him into waiting a week and thinking about an idea that I proposed to him, where it'd probably be a schedule you'd like, Cherry. He'd only do the games he liked. And he looked at me and he said, no, Dick, it's time. I'm 73. And I've got these lovely grandchildren who are all of an age now that they know when I'm not there, and they want me there.
And of course, the way he traveled on a bus, he didn't fly, and he was never home.
5 months of a stretch. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
What was the bus like? Did you get on the bus and check it out?
For the last 3 years, I traveled on the bus four days a week.
Really?
And, yeah. He had the only bed. So the few nights that I spent sleeping on the bus, my back screamed afterwards, because no matter how nice it looked padded, it really wasn't. And John also believed in keeping the bus, believe it or not, at 58 degrees.
Really?
So, you know, it's good. I like cold. I like cold, but that was really hanging meat weather.
2-1 to David Ortiz. And it's 2-2. Dick Ebersol, congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement
Thank you, Don,
Award. Thanks
very
for joining
much.
us.
You got some runs there. Thank you.
One of 24 Sports Emmy Awards. And, of course, the chairman of NBC Universal Sports and Olympics. Second and third, one out. And Ortiz strikes out looking. Striking out for the second time. There's 2 away.
And frustration for David Ortiz. Second and third with 1 out. Take strike 3. It's the fastball from Joba Chamberlain. Just knee high. So a huge out there for Joba Chamberlain.
Dave Island headed out to talk to Chamberlain. Two strikeouts for Chamberlain. And about to deal with Kevin Youkilis, so 2 on and 2 down.
Where can you score the best Red Sox gear in town? Check out BostonGlobeStore.com. The Boston Globe Store has everything for the die-hard fan, autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online, shop anytime, shop BostonGlobeStore.com.
Well, Youkilis would like to deliver a little bit of payback for some of the pitches that have been up near his head. Against Joba Chamberlain, a chance here to drive in a few with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, and the Red Sox already on top 1-0. Joba giving up a leadoff single to Nick Green, got Ellsbury to foul out, doubled by Pedroia. A huge strikeout of David Ortiz. Outside, 2-1. Chamberlain about to throw his 50th pitch of the night with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Backhand that time from Lito on a pitch that wasn't close. 3-1.
Being very careful here with the Red Sox hottest hitter, and it looks like, is that the sign they want to put him on first base and take their chance with J.D. Drew?
Third walk given up by Chamberlain, the first of the intentional variety. And it loads the bases with 2 outs. He was able to get Drew. First time up, he ground into the 4-6-3 double play. One of 2 double plays turned by New York tonight.
Yeah, J.D. does not yet have a hit off Joba. Chamberlain 0 for 8, including that double play tonight.
And it's strike 1 to Drew. Drew to left field. Johnny Damon back onto the dirt of the track to make the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox strand them loaded, lead it 1-0. 1-0. Red Sox on top as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. Our pleasure to have with us Aaron Ward from the Boston Bruins, and things are going quite well.
That could be said. Yeah, it's going quite well for us. We're a more confident group right now. I think we're picking up on the direction of the other 3 sports in this town, and hopefully we do ourselves a service and continue on the right direction.
Had to be a nice feeling to be up there, sweep, hear the people boo with the Canadians.
I would compare it to possibly being in New York and doing the same thing in a divisional series. It's just, you know, you go to the rink on the way to the games and they're chirping you on the way to the rink and they're saying things about your mother, and then when you walk out of the building, it's just quiet. It's deserted. You've never seen Montreal like that.
Well, you guys just cruising through that first round. Is it a problem to have this much time off before the next round?
You know what? Honestly, it's not, because if you have to weigh the you know, the checks and balances of time off and losing your mental focus, time off benefits us all. You know, we've got guys that still nursing small injuries from the regular season, so this time off is great for us. Mentally, we'll be able to, you know, with the coaching staff we have, they'll make sure that we're on the right page come drop the puck.
When you look back at that series, what do you think the key to that series was?
Discipline. You know, we talked about it going in. We learned our lesson last year. We played against Montreal. They were smart enough to figure out that we're not a hot-headed group, but we're a team built on thinking we're hard to play against. But if you don't score goals and you don't keep yourself out of the penalty box, you're not going to be effective. So this year we learned our lesson, and I think you saw that Montreal took a step back and did those things that we did ourselves.
And with veterans like you guys, it's 3 Stanley Cups. You have to be a big help to those young guys in that clubhouse.
Well, you know what? Honestly, you know, you see the mistake made by Luch in Game 2. He's a tough guy. We all know he's a tough guy. He doesn't have to prove it to anybody. But they got under his skin. And Game 4, you saw, like Claude said in one of his quotes, it was the quickest maturing process you've ever seen. You know, if I got cross-checked across the face, I'd be quite upset. But he knows the ultimate goal is still ahead. So there's no use evening scores at that point.
Well, it probably doesn't matter to you who you play, as this one is grounded back up the middle and into center field. Melky Cabrera with a 1-out single.
This is surreal being up here. My father and my grandfather knew where I was right now. I grew up a ball fan, so this is unbelievable.
Well, you grew up in Ottawa, right?
I grew up in Ottawa, and I was you know, my dad was big on not the nostalgia of the game, but the history of the game, and he grew up in Detroit. My family's all from Detroit, so he was there '68 on a bus when they overturned it, and you know, Tigers won, and he was caught in the riots. So I heard those stories, and when I was in Detroit playing for the Red Wings, we had a very tight relationship with the Tigers that played at that time. So you know, I got to know the guys like Higginson and Todd Jones, and we got to know some of the older players too that were around there. So.
I understand you got quite a few other Bruins here at the game tonight enjoying it.
Yeah. One guy that's out with a new girlfriend, so I won't point him out.
No. Does the old girlfriend know?
No, there's no girl. I think it's the first date. And then Mark Stewart's out in center field along with Steve Monador. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Well, you've done a lot of TV and radio over the years. Is this something you're going to want to do when it's all done?
Well, it was my degree in college at the University of Michigan. I'm sure that people in Boston are sick of hearing me quoted and talking on TV, but it's just a habit that I figured I'll continue on with post-career.
Well, very nice. You have also been, as Jerry mentioned, 3 Stanley Cup champions. I mean, do you think, I'd say it's hard to say no to this, but this team appears to have that kind of ability.
It's quiet confidence. You know, it's a weird thing. Last year we entered the playoffs thinking, you know, let's see how far we can go. Now there's no talk of how far we can go. The ultimate goal is it. You know, you either have that mental focus that the end result's got to be the utmost, otherwise you failed. So for us, I think we're quiet. We're not talking about it. But you see in games where, you know, both road games we came down, we were down a goal. First 5 minutes of the game, we did not waver. You know, our confidence was there, came back, and that's a pretty hostile environment to play in Montreal. You know, at 36 years old, I played in a lot of buildings, and that one is one of the toughest.
Seems as if Claude Julien has been a huge part of that as well.
Yeah, he balances, you know, young and old, he balances us out. We've got our niche on the team. Everybody knows what their role is. We all have a role to play, and everybody can play a multifaceted role for this team. You know, you see Sean Thornton getting a big goal in Game 3. Well known for his fists, but I mean, he can put the puck in the net because that is what this team draws upon. It's the intangibles of every individual on this team.
Swing and a miss, and the count 2-2 now to Jose Molina.
A little bit that I know about hockey, and believe me, it's not very much, but this team this year took on the identity, and we're not going to be pushed around at all.
Well, I think it started a couple years ago. Obviously, when Peter brought Cam Neely in there, just mere influence, his presence, it makes you feel as though you have a link to what the Bruins, the Big Bad Bruins, are about. And, you know, Zdeno Chara is our captain, and we have a level of toughness in this team that sometimes being tough is just that perception and that knowledge. You have it, you don't always have to exercise it. You go out against Montreal, no matter what, if George Larac decides to run around and get crazy or a whole line decides to jump you, we all know that we'll survive it and surpass it.
2-2 is fouled off. I hope you're not disappointed that I am late to the party as far as the beer-a-thon goes. But I'm here now. I'm with you.
We welcome all comers. Right. We don't care if it's the 3rd or 4th round. Whoever wants to come along for the ride, you're welcome.
I'm here now.
That's good. It looks good.
Thank you.
You know what the best part is? The best part, though, he has less gray than Mark Recchi. So
it's early yet. Wait another couple of days.
It happens. I'm afraid for this one. I hit 36 now. I just keep looking every day in the mirror to see.
Wait till you hit 56. You'll be into the hair dye.
Well, Monday it's going to get ugly for sure in our next telecast. We'll have 3 days to do it. But hey, great to see you. Good luck rest of the way.
Thanks for having me. This is great, fellas.
Congratulations. Appreciate good luck.
Thank you.
1 out, 1 on here for New York. And the Yankees trailing 1-0 as they bat in the 4th. Lester about to throw his 75th pitch, and he's only in the 4th inning. Ball 4, and down to first goes Molina. It's a 3rd walk given up by Lester. 2nd time he's walked Molina. It's time now for tonight's trivia question, brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Before Mariano Rivera, who was the last Yankee to save more than 40 games in a season? I'll have the answer for you a little bit later, as with 1 out, the Yankees have runners at 1st and 2nd, and Cody Ransom coming up. Ransom struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, and is only a bat against Lester. Grounded out to start the inning. Cabrera single. Molina walked. So it's 2 on, 1 away. And a 1-0 to Cody Ransom. 2-0. Yankees have had at least 1 base runner in every inning, and 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Lester's really had to work his way around these situations in every inning. And as a result, the pitch count high early.
Yeah, there has not been a clean inning in this ball game yet.
Behind the number 9 man, 2-0. Ransom, a fair ball. Kicks off the boxes, jets out to left. Rivera coming around to tie the score. To second base with a double and an RBI goes Cody Ransom. The Yankees have tied it up 1-1.
Well, Ransom, who has really struggled offensively, gets himself ahead in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. He gets the cut fastball from Lester and takes it right down that third base line. The cutter was supposed to be away, but it stays out over the plate. And right down that third base line for Cody Ransom. Ball bouncing off the wall, and Jason Bay has to track it down. That allows Molina to get into third base.
So second and third, 1 out. And Derek Jeter, the batter, singled in the first inning, grounded out in the third, and a swing and a miss. Not swinging after that first pitch as he did in the first. He got a piece of Veritek at the end of that swing as well.
Looks like it got him right. The backswing got him on the back of the helmet.
He's been Mr. Clutch for the Yankees, no doubt about it. 467 with runners in scoring position. And up here in a big spot. Second and third, 1 out in what is now a tie game. Pitch number 80 for John Lester. And it's inside, 2-1. On the ground, a foul ball just outside of third. And it's 2-2 to Jeter. Against Boston, Derek Jeter leading all active major leaguers with 235 career hits in 194 games against the Red Sox. Just outside, full count.
Veritek trying to pull that ball back on the corner. The fielding Culbreth having nothing to do with it.
Second and third, 1 out. On the ground to Green at short. On to first for the out, but scoring from third is Molina. And the Yankees pull ahead 2-1.
Still early in the ball game. Red Sox with 2 men in scoring position, playing that infield back. All you got to do is make contact. That's what Jeter does, and gets the go-ahead run to come across.
So 2 down. Ransom at second base, and here's Johnny Damon. Flied out to the warning track in left field in the first, and singled in the third, 1 for 2. Jeter doesn't get a hit this time, but does drive in a run. Ball and a strike to Damon. Last year, 75 starts in left field for Damon, 33 starts in center. And 25 as a DH. Finished up the year hitting at .303. And made his first career appearance on the DL last year, of course, with the left shoulder AC sprain. Game against the Red Sox. Down 1-2.
That really is amazing, as long as Johnny's played only one time onto the Sabre list.
Just a total of 10 team games in the process. He's a guy that played hurt all the time and played through it as a member of the Red Sox.
And he was reluctant to go on the DL last year.
Played at least 140 games in each of his 13 major league seasons since 1996. The active career leader in triples with 93. In 2001 games in his career. 597 of those coming as a member of the Boston Red Sox. Ransom at second base with 2 down in the Yankees' 4th inning. They've scored twice. Damon strikes out and elevates at 93, but the Yankees get a pair and take a 2-1 lead.
Get it for less at Olympia Sports.
Your feet deserve the best. Right now, take.
Time now for the Aflac trivia question. We've got you under our wing, and the question tonight, before Mariano Rivera, who was the last Yankee to save more than 40 games in a season? John Wetland was the answer with 43 back in 1996. Of course, Rivera was setting up John Wetland back then. It was 3-time All-Star in his 12-year career was Wetland with 330 games saved. Rivera has passed that with 486 career saves, second all-time only behind Trevor Hoffman.
Now that closes situation for the Yankees. Been solid for a long time.
Mariano Rivera with 44 career saves against the Red Sox. Has blown 11. It's the most against any club. Jason Bay leading it off in the home half of the 4th as he takes a strike over the outside corner.
It's like Chamberlain has a little bit more zip on his fastball than he had back in the 1st inning.
Line fair. Nora making the call, the third base umpire. Bay to second base, and the throw is not going to be in time. I don't know about Johnny Damon's arm, and he kind of just pushed it towards second base.
Yeah, good hustle right out of the box too for Jason Bay. That ball hit very hard right over that third base bag, bounces off the wall, and Damon has to come in and chase it down, make an off-balance throw, and not in time to get Jason Bay at second base. Every time I see Johnny throw a ball like that, I think of Manny cutting it off in the outfield.
Jason Bay at second base, leadoff double. Red Sox trying to answer a 2-run top half of this inning by New York. Roll, pops it up. Out goes Jeter. In comes Cabrera. It's Melky Cabrera for out number 1.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage, stay with us for Sports Desk presented by FW Webb. Find FW Webb's 27 bat centers at frankwebb.com. Now that the Bruins have moved on to the next round, the only mystery now is who they'll play in round 2. See if there's an answer tonight. Plus a preview of Game 4 of the Celtics-Bulls series in Chicago tomorrow night. And a final look at whom the Patriots might pick tomorrow in the NFL draft. All this and more coming up tonight after our Red Sox coverage. Did you watch the Celtics last night?
I did.
What a blowout that was.
Didn't expect that.
Chicago looked like they'd never played a basketball game.
Jason Varitek with 1 out. Bay at second base. Varitek popped out. The shortstop Derek Jeter in the 2nd inning. Both teams with 5 hits, and the Yankees now on top 2-1. Varitek gets hit. Fastball at 93.
Anytime anything comes close or hits a Red Sox hitter, this crowd all over Joba Chamberlain. Sounded like it got Veritek right off that elbow pad.
So it's first and second now, 1 out, and Nick Green, the batter, singled his first time up, as 1 of 5 Boston hits. In tight for ball 1. Back to Chamberlain, nicely played, but he throws to second for 1. No, and no at first, safe all the way around.
Now the throw from Chamberlain was high and it pulled Robinson Cano off that second base bag. That runner is safe. On the relay throw to first base, Nick Green hustling all the way. He's going to be safe. This really should have been a double play to get him out of the inning, but the bad throw there by Joba Chamberlain.
Error charge to the pitcher, Joba Chamberlain, a fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded.
Well, the Red Sox have certainly had their chances in this game in the early going to get some runs.
They left them loaded in the 3rd inning when J.D. Drew flied out to left field. They've left 4 men on base through the first 3, and now a bases loaded situation with 1 out for Jacoby Ellsbury. It's 1 for 2 with a single back in the first. Strike 1 from Chamberlain. Well, Chamberlain's got nobody to blame but himself after what could have been a double play. Instead, Red Sox have him loaded. On the ground towards second base, another chance for the Yankees, who turn the double play. Chamberlain out of the jam, and the Yankees lead it 2-1.
Out of the thousands upon thousands of furniture stores in the United States.
5th inning back at Fenway, game 1 of 18 between the Red Sox and Yankees. It's 2-1 New York. Mark Teixeira leading it off here in the 5th inning. Teixeira, Posada, and Swisher to bat in the 5th. One and 1. Lester was 6 strikeouts for the first 4 innings. He has walked 3, given up 2 runs and 5 hits. Chop to third. Lowell throws out to Teixeira for the first out of the 5th. Let's check back in with Heidi.
Don, the Yankees' new first baseman Mark Teixeira seemed close to becoming a Red Sox in the offseason. He said he would have enjoyed playing for Terry Francona.
Terry Francona I've known since my days with the Rangers, and there may not be a manager in baseball that I like or respect more. I mean, everybody I've met with the Red Sox I loved, I was impressed with. But like I said earlier, it came down to family, and the situation in New York was just better for my family.
Now, when Francona was with the Texas Rangers as a bench coach in 2002, he met Mark Teixeira, then a Double-A player in the Rangers organization. But in the Major League camp, Francona said he could tell what a great player and true professional that Teixeira was, even at a young age. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Terry Francona was pretty honest about his opinion, too. He was asked today about the entire situation during the offseason, and he realized it was a very difficult one. He did have great affection for Mark Teixeira, knew him for a long time, knew what he could helped his club do, but at the same time had great affection for Mike Lowell, who would affect immediately should the Red Sox pick up Mark Teixeira, as they had planned to during the offseason. He really felt for Mike, especially for what he's done for Terry Francona and the Red Sox for so many years now.
Walking the tightrope.
You can imagine that Mike took it personally during the offseason. Tough not to. If there's a bigger professional than Mike Lowell, I don't know who it is. It was fouled off.
Well, you're there, you're old. You don't know if you're going to be with another club. You're coming off surgery. You're trying to get yourself better to play. You go to a club, a new ball club, with that same type of injury. Who knows? So you can't blame Mike Lowell.
A year into his new contract. Swing and a miss, and Posada's down on strikes. 7 Ks for Lester. Third time Lester's got Posada.
9 strikeouts last time out for John Lester. 7 tonight. He needs an easy inning. Gets Posada on the curveball. The second time he struck him out on a curveball tonight. Once on a fastball.
So 2 down here in the 5th inning, and Nick Swisher coming up. Swisher is struck out, lined out to third base. Played by Veritek, and it's ball 1. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Extra base hits. Swisher with 11. Ian Kinsler and Evan Longoria ahead of Swisher. Tied with Hunter and Sizemore. Hits the ball twice, and it's foul ball. Backswing and kicked out towards Youk at first. Lester has retired 4 in a row. Final 2 outs of the 4th. First 2 outs here of the 5th. In this tightly knit affair between John Lester and Joba Chamberlain tonight. A strike, and it's 1-2. Lester looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of his outing. Just outside, 2-2. Lester's had a few looks in tonight to home plate umpire Fielding Culbreth.
There's some high pitch counts in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning.
Yankees had 2 on in each of those innings and scored in the 4th. Swisher bloops it to right down the line. It'll fall for a hit. Over is Drew as Swisher heads for second base. We told you about his extra base hits. He's got another, this time with 2 outs in the 5th.
Just reaches out and punches that curveball to the opposite field for the base hit. Veritek thought the curveball was going to be in. It stays out over the plate, and Swisher just reaches over and taps it into right field for the double.
Brings John Farrell out of the dugout. The Red Sox pitching coach, as the Red Sox pen getting busy for the first time tonight. Want to show the world it's not like, it's love. Put your favorite team logo out there for everybody to see with Red Sox banking, only from Bank of America, official bank of Major League Baseball. Visit bankofamerica.com/Red Sox. Well, 2 down here in the 5th inning, and Nick Swisher now in scoring position at second base. Chance for Robinson Cano, who came in hitting at .367, but tonight is 0 for 2. Manny Del Carmen, the first action in the Boston pen of the night. A well-rested pen. Cano lifts it to left. Jason Bay makes the catch that ends the inning. The double by Swisher is wasted halfway through this one. 2-1 New York. Twisted but true fact of the game is brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. The Red Sox are set to make some Twisted history tomorrow, as Arthur Giddens will serve as the team's bat boy on his 100th birthday. It's believed that Giddens, who was the Boston Braves bat boy 87 years ago, will be the oldest to hold that position in Major League history. Happy early 100th birthday to Arthur. It's twisted but true. Twisted tea hard iced tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. Bottom of the 5th, New York on top 2-1. Pedroia, Ortiz, and Youkilis. Joba Chamberlain's pitch count much more manageable than that of his counterpart in John Lester, who's up over 100. Lester at 102. Chamberlain about to throw his 66th pitch. It's fouled off. 2-1.
He's been in plenty of trouble tonight too. The Red Sox stuffed the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 3rd. The bases loaded with 1 out in the 4th inning.
The double play has been the key for him as the Yankees have turned 3, and he messed up one of them. He was charged with an error in the 4th inning, but then was able to get Jacoby Ellsbury to ground into the 4-6-3 double play. The Yankees have turned 3.
Back in the 3rd inning, bases loaded with 2 outs. To pop up by J.D. Drew back to the warning track where Johnny Damon makes the play, and of course the double play on Jacoby Ellsbury. Very quickly turned by the middle infield of the New York Yankees.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Pedroia. 4th walk given up by Chamberlain. Red Sox have had the lead runner on in every inning, but have scored only 1 run. Now David Ortiz, who's not had any luck tonight against Joba Chamberlain. Struck out in the 1st swinging, went looking in the 3rd inning. Outside, ball 1. Ortiz now 1 for 8 in his career against Chamberlain. Ortiz lines it into right field, a base hit. Pedroia will stop at second base as Swisher guns it back in. The first 2 have reached for Boston in the 5th.
David Ortiz struck out on a curveball back in the 1st inning, but this time he gets the curveball and shoots the line drive for the base hit. Not down as much as Chamberlain would like that breaking ball, and Ortiz with a line drive hit. So the Red Sox once again with base runners.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. 2 on, nobody out. And Youkilis bats for the 3rd time tonight. He walked in the 1st inning, intentionally walked in the 3rd. Takes ball 1. Chamberlain has walked more than he has struck out. 2 strikeouts. That time getting Ortiz. He's now walked 4 with a leadoff walk to Pedroia. A strike, and it's 1-1. Tight 2-1. On the ground towards shortstop. Jeter, the 2nd for 1 on to first. It is not in time. The Yankees were trying to turn their 4th double play of the night, but beating it out at first is Youkilis. Ortiz retired at 2nd.
Now that flip by Derek Jeter, a little bit low to second base to Robinson Cano. Had a tough time handling the ground ball. Cano had to go down to get it. Then the throw's going to be a little wild at first base. The timing off on that double play attempt. And of course, Youk was hustling down the line, beats it.
So first and third with one out, tying run 90 feet away. And here's J.D. Drew, who's had a quiet night, grounded into the double play in the first inning and then flied out with the bases loaded in the third. Broken bat goes by Chamberlain's head. The second for one, on to first. Fourth double play of the night for New York. And what was a promising inning ends again for the Red Sox without a run.
Call 877 Red Sox 9 or email premiumsales@redsox.com.
2-1 Yankees on top as Melky Cabrera leads it off here in the sixth inning. Then Molina and Ransom. John Lester up over 100 pitches. And action in the pen as there was last inning. Manny Del Carmen. Pitch 105 for Lester. And it's inside, almost hitting Cabrera. It's been all about the double play tonight for New York. Red Sox have had the lead runner on in every inning. They have just one run to show for it. It was back in the first inning. Otherwise, a double play has been turned in 4 out of 5 innings.
Now this has been a very frustrating night offensively for the Boston Red Sox. Double plays doing them in.
The only time that the Yankees didn't turn a double play was the third when the Red Sox had him loaded and J.D. Drew flied out to left to end the inning. 3-1 to Melky Cabrera. Fly ball to center field, struck well, sending Ellsbury back to the wall to make the catch. Not much more room to work with for Jacoby Ellsbury, who makes the grab against the wall.
Right back to the padding for Jacoby Ellsbury, back against the wall to make the catch. Stay with us immediately following the game tonight for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings. You'll hear the live post-game press conferences of Terry Francona and John Lester, and Eck will break down all the key plays in the series opener between the Sox and Yankees. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Eck, and Heidi.
One down for Jose Molina, who has walked twice. Total of 3 walks allowed tonight by John Lester. Most he's had in any outing. So fouled off to the right, not a play. Lester threw 108 pitches in his last outing and victory, 7 shutout inning effort against the Orioles. It's up over that now. It's a season high. As pitch 110 fouled off. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Heidi Watney bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and Dolby Digital. 5.1 surround sound on NESN. Coordinating producer, Red Sox baseball, is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director is Michael Narachi. The associate producer, Jeb Fisher. Production assistant, Caven Heath. And NESN's executive producer is Joel Feld. Glad you've joined us tonight. The first of 18 meetings between the Red Sox and New York Yankees. In a 2-1 ball game in the 6th inning with 1 out. 1-2 is lined to left, and a base hit in front of Jason Bay for Jose Molina.
Now Molina's been on base 3 times now in this game. 2 walks, now the hard line drive single. Fastball down and in. Molina cleans it out for the base hit.
Season high for Lester in pitches, 5 1/3 deep. Just the 2 earned runs. He's got 7 strikeouts. 1 out base runner for New York, and Cody Ransom came up with an RBI double in the 4th inning. He's also struck out. Lester has never lost to New York. Career against the Yankees 2-0 with a 3.42 earned run average coming in. And 4 career starts tonight, marking his 5th. On the ground towards short. Red Sox will try a double play of their own and are able to turn it to end the top of the 6th. It's 2-1 New York after 5.5. 2-1, the Yankees are on top as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox have action in their pen as Manny Del Carmen had been up, but now it's Hideki Okajima who gets ready as Lester gets through the 6th inning. Jason Bay, who's had a nice night offensively for the Red Sox, bats for the 3rd time against Joba Chamberlain. They singled to center in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th inning. Red Sox have had the lead runner on in each of the first 5 innings. But thanks to 4 Yankee double plays, it's a 2-1 New York lead. The Red Sox have left 7 men on base through the first 5. On the corner, 2-2. As Chamberlain's about to throw his 80th pitch of his outing. Lowell on deck, then Jason Varitek expected here in the bottom of the 6th inning. (3-2) to Bay. Fly ball to deep right field. Nick Swisher back there with room to make the catch shy of the track. And Jason Bay retired for the first time tonight.
Jason Bay's had some good swings against Joba Chamberlain tonight. That ball hit a long way, but to the opposite field, the wrong part of this ballpark.
1 out for Mike Lowell, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 2nd. Flied out to center field in the 4th. Ball 1. Lowell coming in with a 7-game hitting streak into tonight's action. Not only the hits, but he's got at least 1 RBI in each of his 7 games. Lowell to left. High off the wall. The carom out there off of Cabrera's into second base goes Mike Lowell with a 1-out double. Hit streak continues to 8 games.
And Joba Chamberlain missing inside with the first 2 fastballs, trying to get in on Mike Lowell with the count 2-0. Comes right down the middle of the plate, and Lowell with the line shot off that left field wall. Ball bounces out of the glove of Melky Cabrera. He can't find it, and Lowell standing at second base. So the Red Sox need a big hit.
Red Sox on top in that category, and this double has Lowell at second base with 1 out. 3rd at bat for Varitek. He has popped out to short and been hit by a pitch. It hit in the elbow pad. First time, or actually 2nd time up against Chamberlain. Ball 1. On the phone to the pen for the first time for New York. 1-1 to Varitek. Chamberlain's been working out of trouble all night. Phil Koch up in the pen now for New York. Lined into left field, a base hit. Lowell to third base on the single for Jason Varitek. Time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC.
Thank you, Don. Our New England Toyota dealer game break to the National League, where the world champion Phillies are having a tough start. 2 games under 500, 4.5 back of the Florida Marlins. And in Florida tonight, the Marlins get a 3-run homer from Dan Uggla in the first off Brett Myers. It is a 3-0 lead for Florida. Don?
Okay, Tom, thanks very much. It's been a fantastic start for the Marlins, 11-4 on the season. Here at Fenway Park, the first matchup of the year between the Red Sox and Yankees. In a tight one with New York on top 2-1. The Red Sox have first and third with 1 out for Nick Green. He was singled and reached on an error. Late swing on the breaking ball, and he fouls it off down by the tarp.
Plus Nick Green playing against his former ball club, the New York Yankees.
Spent the entire season last year at AAA with Grant Wilkes-Barre. The line for Chamberlain. We got the first out of this inning. A double for Lowell. Single for Varitek. Green to right. From third base comes Mike Lowell, and the score is tied at 2. Nick Green continues to hit, and the Red Sox have tied it up.
Second hit of the night for Nick Green. He gets a fastball. No double play this time. Got a ball elevated that he was able to get on the line to the opposite field. So 3 balls hit very hard this inning off Joba Chamberlain. Green picks up his 7th RBI of the season.
And here comes Girardi. 90 pitches for Chamberlain. Red Sox had been 0 for 8 coming into this inning with runners in scoring position, but they get to Chamberlain here for a run. He departs in a 2-2 game.
Thank you. How you doing?
Oh, fine, thank you.
9, please.
Joba Chamberlain comes out of the game after 5 1/3. Look at his numbers, still responsible for the 2 men on. He's given up 2 so far. Phil Koch is the new pitcher for New York.
Koch making his 8th appearance of the season, a record of 0-1 in 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits allowed and 4 earned runs. Giving up a home run, he has walked 3, struck out 6.
They go to the lefty to face Jacoby Ellsbury with Varitek at second, Green at first, and Ellsbury the recipient of strike 1. Singled, scored back in the first inning, since then a foul out. And it grounded into a double play. 1 for 3 from the top spot. 1-1 to Ellsbury.
Koch, one of 2 left-handers in the bullpen for the Yankees. DeMarco Marte the other.
Varitek and Green with 1 out in the inning. Close pitch, but called a ball. Only 1 at bat for Ellsbury against Koch, and it worked out. Late swing from Ellsbury, and it's 2-2.
After seeing a number of breaking balls from Koch a little bit later in that fastball. Double plays helped out Chamberlain tonight.
Ellsbury to center field. Melky Cabrera drifting back to make the catch for out number 2. No advance for Veritek. As the throw ends up at third base. 2 down in the inning. Well, the Yankees bullpen has been suspect to begin the year, but pretty good. A couple of days ago in that 14-inning win against Oakland, they had 7 1/3 scoreless innings from the pen in that game before the walk-off win. As Dave Island, the pitching coach, headed out to talk to Phil Koch. Ready to deal with Dustin Pedroia, who's been on base 3 times tonight. Walk in the first, a double in the 3rd inning, a walk in the 5th. And he comes up here with a chance to drive in another run with 2 outs in the inning, and Veritek in scoring position. Red Sox have tied the score 2-2. Ball 1. First at bat for Pedroia against Phil Koch. Take strike 1 over the outside corner. Pedroia fouling it off, and it's 1-2. You saw Joba Chamberlain. Can't win it, could lose it. Responsible for the 2 men on. Veritek at second, Green at first. What is now a 2-2 game. Two and 2. The visit for Molina.
Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care while at Fenway, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org.
2-2 the count to Dustin Pedroia, with Veritek at second, Green at first. Pedroia to right field. Nick Swisher in and over to make the catch that ends the inning. The Red Sox get a run to tie the game. It's 2-2 at the end of 6.
Don't miss out on the Red Tag sales event at Royal Westboro.
New Ford Focus is as low as $159 per month. And if you lose your paycheck, Ford will make your payment for up to 12 months.
We're marking them down and moving them out. Royal Westboro, just off exit 48 of the main turnpike. Don't miss out on the Red Tag sales event at Royal Westboro.
New Hyundai Elantras as low as $159 per month. And if you lose your income, Hyundai will make your payments for up to 3 months. And if that doesn't work, just bring it back.
Royal Westboro, just off exit 48 of the main turnpike.
At Quirk Chevrolet, we got more than just confidence. We got total Chevy confidence.
And you'll have it too at Quirk Chevrolet with vehicle value protection, protecting the value of your new Chevy when you trade in for your next one. Payment protection. If you become involuntarily unemployed, your payments can be made for up to 9 months. Chevy's unparalleled 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, plus the safety of OnStar that gives you peace of mind.
Protection for your investment, payment, and family.
And the Jack Factor. That's total confidence at Quirk Chevrolet, Bangor and Portland.
At Pape Subaru in South Portland, we've got it. Subaru's legendary reliability, fuel efficiency, and all-wheel drive performance. We've got it. Interested in the hard-working Forester for just $18,995? We've got it. Looking for the rugged yet stylish Outback for $19,495? We've got it. Leasing the versatile Impreza for $179 a month? We've got it. All at Pape Subaru. It's on your way at 2123 Broadway in South Portland.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., you've joined a new team.
That's right.
Word is you're achieving awesome speed.
Yeah, thanks to Turbo with Power Boost.
With Power Boost? Is that legal?
Sure is. It's unbelievable for gaming, downloading videos, and surfing the web.
Oh, you mean Roadrunner Turbo with Power Boost from Time Warner Cable.
Yeah, that's my new team.
For the online speed you need, Roadrunner Turbo with Power Boost blows them away.
Add Roadrunner Turbo with Power Boost for just $9.95 more per month. Call today.
You can't buy what you can't find what you can.
The Dunkin' Donuts musical montage in a 2-2 game from Fenway Park as we head to the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. After 6 innings from John Lester and 2 runs, here's Hideki Okajima.
9th appearance for Okajima. 7 innings, only 2 hits allowed and 3 earned runs. He's walked 4, struck out 10. Last outing, game 2 of that day-night doubleheader against Minnesota. Pitched an inning in that game.
First up is Jeter, and he takes strike 1. Jeter with a single in the first inning, 2 groundouts since then. One of them resulted in an RBI, his 11th RBI of the year. Up top, ball 1, 1-1. Lester tonight, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. He walked 3, struck out 7. Will not be part of the decision tonight as the Red Sox get into their bullpen here in the 7th. Jeter now, Damon next. 2-2.
Split fingered fastball that time from Okajima. Pretty good dip on that one.
Reaches out, protects the plate, fouls it off to the right. Ooh, a souvenir for a youngster off to the right. In the dirt, full count. Switch in the batting order for the Yankees has worked out pretty well to begin the year. The flip-flopping of Damon and Jeter in the top spot. And Damon primarily batting in the number 2 spot. Had a hit tonight. Damon 1 for 3. Fouled off, and we'll do it again.
Terry Francona said because of all the switch hitters in this lineup that the Yankees have, that Okajima is going to be very important in this series. Has the ability to get both righties and lefties out.
A tough time getting Jeter out as he fouls off another. It's the final days of Jordan's Monster Payback. Win or lose, you win. It ends this Sunday, so log on to Jordans.com for details today. Three and 2 the count to Derek Jeter, leading it off. And about to see his 9th pitch of the at-bat. to right field, down the line, towards the corner. Drew over. Drew will not make the catch. Off the glove and the wall. To second goes Derek Jeter to begin things in the 7th.
Very tough play out there for J.D. Drew, because that ball coming off the bat of the right-hander is slicing away from him, and he's got the wall he's got to deal with. Going as hard as he can to the wall, gets the glove on it, but can't keep it in the glove. See J.D. taking a peek up to see just how much room he had before he did hit the wall.
A double for Jeter, his second hit of the night. And after the Red Sox tie the score at 2-2, now the Yankees threaten here in the 7th. Here's Johnny Damon with Lowell a couple steps in on the grass. Damon takes strike one.
Youkless about even with the bag at first base. Lowell in, anticipating the possible bunt from Johnny Damon. No attempt on that first pitch.
The bunt bid down the first base line. Okajima got all messed up and can't get him. He was thinking about flipping, then thought about going sidearmed, and doesn't get him in the end.
Yeah, he just couldn't get the ball out of his glove.
Jeter takes third.
Okajima's here in plenty of time when he gets the leather on the ball, but he couldn't get the ball out of the leather. Double clutch, then he drops it, then spins to first base, and it's too late. Call that a single. I thought that'd be a sacrifice and an error on Okajima, but it goes as a base hit for Johnny Damon.
His second of the night, the 9th for New York. First and third, nobody out. And now Mark Teixeira was 1 for 3. Reached on an infield hit to third in the 3rd. Inside to Teixeira. Play him about straight away. Step or two for Ellsbury towards left center. And for Teixeira to pull. Down low, 2-0. Not only is Teixeira a complete package offensively, but ranked second among active first basemen with a .996 career fielding percentage, only trailing Doug Minkiewicz. He's off and is ahead 3-0.
And he may have the green light here too, 3-0. Didn't even look down at third base, is looking now.
Manny Del Carmen back up again. He was up a couple of innings ago. Teixeira does swing 3-0 and can't get it.
The Red Sox expecting that. There was a split-fingered fastball from Okajima.
.203 home runs for Teixeira in his career. Fouls it off to our right, and it's a full count. Over the last 5 seasons, 04 through 08, Teixeira ranking 3rd in the majors in extra base hits, 4th in RBIs, and 6th in home runs. Only one of 3 major leaguers with 30 homers and 100 RBIs in the last 5 years. Albert Pujols, his teammate A-Rod, the others. 3-2. Teixeira rips it foul. Fouls it off himself, and it's still 3-2. Teixeira with his infield hit back in the 3rd picked up his 1,000th hit of his career. Jeter led off the top half of the 7th inning with a double to right. Johnny Damon giving credit for an infield hit, getting Jeter to 3rd. 1st and 3rd with nobody out. And the 3-2 again to Mark Teixeira. To center field, falling fast, and it'll drop for a hit. From 3rd base comes Jeter to put the Yankees on top 3-2. Mark Teixeira has driven in the go-ahead run.
And actually got jammed on that pitch by Okajima. A 3-2 fastball that jams him, but he's able to muscle the ball out in the center field for the base hit. Almost everything in that at bat in tight on Teixeira as a right-handed hitter, but he's able to muscle this ball in the center field and give the Yankees the lead.
So after the Red Sox came back to tie it 2-2 with their run in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Yankees have answered here with a run so far in the 7th. There's still nobody out. The runners at 1st and 2nd for Posada, who's glad to see John Lester out of the game. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against Lester as Posada takes strike 1 from Okajima. He's not enjoyed his time against Okajima either. Broken bat, bloop to right, is going to fall in for a hit. Damon being stopped at 3rd. The throw back to the infield from Drew, and the Yankees have him loaded now, nobody out.
Well, the last couple of hits haven't exactly been crushed by the Yankees, but they get a chance to have a very big inning. Here comes Terry Francona, and that's going to be it for Okajima.
Faces 4 batters, gives up hits to them all. And it'll be a bases loaded, nobody out situation. The Yankees now on top 3-2.
Good morning, Boston. What's new? Show me the world today and put it all in perspective. I want to know more. I want to know why. I want to know what's going on in my neighborhood and with the teams I love. Tell me a story, a really good story. One I've never heard before. And one I've got to share. Tell me a story that puts a smile on my face and helps me see things in a whole new way. Keep those stories coming, Boston, 'cause I love those stories. And no one tells them quite like you. See you tomorrow.
Life changes, but your taste for Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich never will. It's always been a center-cut chicken breast seasoned with 3 different peppers for just the right amount of heat in every bite.
It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
If you love spring, you'll love a Subaru. With its versatility and symmetrical all-wheel drive, it's built to help you make the most of the season. So come to the Subaru Love Spring event. Get a Subaru and go love spring.
Drive home a new Subaru Impreza for only $179 per month, or buy a new Impreza for only $17.
Well, Terry Francona said that Okajima would play a pivotal role in this series. He's not started well. He faces 4 batters, gives up 4 hits. And a bases loaded situation now for Manny Del Carmen.
Del Carmen's 7th appearance, 8 1/3 innings total, 5 hits allowed and no earned runs, 5 walks and 5 strikeouts. Last outing coming on the 20th. That was against the Orioles.
Damon at third base, Teixeira at second, Posada at first. They're straight away to Nick Swisher, who doubled to right his last time up. He takes ball 1 as Ellsbury takes a step or 2 towards right center now out there in center field for Swisher to pull. Fly ball to short left. Bay with the catch. Damon's going to bluff to draw the throw. The throw comes in and Damon remains at third with now 1 out in the inning.
Well, Swisher gets the ball in the air, but not nearly deep enough to get that run home from third base. So a big out for Manny Del Carmen.
Now Robinson Cano, who was struck out, grounded out, and flied out. So far, 1 run in for New York. John Lester giving up 2 tonight. Okajima so far a run. He's responsible for all the men on. As Del Carmen comes in and tries to get out of this mess in the 7th inning and preserve what is a 1-run deficit right now for Boston. Coming into this inning, the Yankees had left at least 1 base runner on in every inning except for the 6th inning, where Cody Ransom grounded into the inning-ending double play. And a total of 7 men left on base through the first 6. Fouled off, and it evens at 1-1. Carmen throwing hard tonight, 95 miles per hour.
And very late on that swing was Robinson Cano.
Nick Swisher unable to get the job done in this inning. To left center field. On the run and diving in left is Jason Bay to come up with the grab. Tagging and scoring from third is Damon. And the Yankees take a 4-2 lead, but Jason Bay with a great catch out there in left center.
Yeah, a catch that probably saved another run. Diving catch going to his left. Of course, Damon will be able to tag up and score on this. But if it drops in, it's probably 2 runs for the Yankees. So Manny Del Carmen trying to minimize the damage here in the 7th inning. And Jason Bay trying to minimize the damage.
2 down, 1st and 2nd for New York, and Melky Cabrera the batter. Strike 1 to Cabrera. He walked, stole a base in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and flied out to the warning track In center field, a ball caught by Jacoby Ellsbury against the wall in center. Total of 129 games last year for Cabrera at the major league level. Was sent to the minors a couple of different times. 2 stints with New York. Grounds it right side. Well, Del Carmen does a pretty good job of minimizing the damage. The Yankees get 2 in the inning, lead it 4-2. Time now for Sports Desk Update with Cole Wright.
Thanks, Don. The Bruins are 1 game away from another Boston-New York collision. If the 7th-seeded Rangers beat the Capitals tonight, they will win the series and advance to face the black and gold. The Bruins were 2-1-1 during the regular season against the Broadway Blue Shirts. And we'll have complete highlights of tonight's Rangers-Capitals game and what it means for the Bruins, plus a recap of the C's Game 3 domination in the Windy City. And remember, when remodeling a bath or kitchen, turn to FW Webb Showrooms, Frank Webb's Bath Centers. Find your showroom at frankwebb.com. We've got more from Fenway coming your way after this short break.
The real secret to the Sox success is a good night's sleep. And this is the last week of the Monster Payback. Buy any mattress, and if the Sox sweep the World Championship this year, it'll be yours free. That's right, free. And even if they don't sweep, we'll give you back a coupon worth 20% of your order towards a future purchase. This year, win or lose, you win.
Taken from an actual customer survey. Honeydew iced coffee is my absolute fave, especially the French vanilla.
I'm hooked on your cinnamon sticks. I start every day with at least one.
I love the friendly staff. They always remember my name.
I can't do my morning without my jelly donut and a large hot coffee.
Our new veggie omelet wrap features delicious eggs, roasted peppers, onions, and tasty cheese, all in a multi-grain wrap. At just $1.99, it's a terrific value. Enjoy the local flavor of Honeydew and the 7th inning stretch.
Welcome to the show, Jetta. The people love you. You're like a sheet metal rock star. Let's go to the clip. Engineered for the Autobahn, yet priced for the people. No gas stations for miles. Good thing you're so fuel efficient. And you have a 5-star side crash safety rating. Wow, you must get tons of fan mail.
Hey, New England. Kevin Youk here. Check out massbwdealers.com for great deals on Volkswagens.
Special seating section at Fenway. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts.
And we thank them for the coffee and donuts here tonight.
4-2, the Yankees now on top as they push across a pair in the top half of the 7th, bottom of the 7th, and David Ortiz takes ball 1 from Phil Koch, who did a nice job in the 6th inning. Came in with 1 out and 2 on. Got Ellsbury to fly up, Pedroia to fly out. The runs charged to Joba Chamberlain. Short left for Johnny Damon. And the backpedal in the end, 1 down.
Well, Sox fans during the month of April come to the ballpark during the first hour after gates open to enjoy the new Fenway Family Hour. Fenway Family Hour will feature 9 popular food items at up to 50% off in price. The Red Sox team store on Yorkie Way will offer $5 off on all hats and apparel during this period. Enjoy these great discounts this April at Fenway Park. For more info, call 877-RED-SOX-9.
Both the pens are busy. Takashi Saito up for Boston. Jonathan Albaladejo up for New York. An 0-1 to Youk. He's not buzzed tonight. We're just tuning in by Joba Chamberlain at any point. As he takes ball 2, 2-1. Youk tonight walking twice against Chamberlain. Second time was intentionally. And reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Fly ball foul down the right field line. 2-2. J.D. Drew's had a tough night at the plate. Waits on deck. Grounded into 2 different double plays, as the Red Sox have grounded into 4 tonight in a big part of this game. To center field, and Melky Cabrera 2 down. It's been all fly ball outs against Coke.
Now this has been a very frustrating offensive night for the Red Sox.
Drew at the top of the list on that frustration. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play with 2 on in the first. With the bases loaded, he flied out to left, and then with 2 on in the 5th and 1 out, he grounded into another double play. So individually, he has left a total of 7 men on base. Outside, it's 2-2. Jason Bay has got 2 hits tonight, waits on deck. Drew fouls it off. Phil Coke, a homegrown product by the Yankees, a 26th round pick back in 2002, saw his first major league action last year, making his debut on September the 1st in a win at Detroit. Give up just 1 earned run in 14 2/3 innings last year over 12 relief appearances. And back on the team again. 2-2 is, did he go? No. It's ball 3. Ryan O'Nora, the umpire at third base tonight.
I've seen that quite a few times tonight. Players heading to the dugout on these attempted check swings. Have to get back to their position.
Ball 4, and Drew aboard with 2 outs in the inning. Joe Girardi out to make the move with Albaladejo ready in the pen. And Jason Bay coming up. It's 4-2 New York. Back at Fenway Park, the game summary is brought to you by Comcast. Pretty good defense turned in tonight from the Red Sox. None better than Mike Lowell's diving grab to rob Nick Swisher of extra bases in the 3rd inning. But it's been a night of frustration for the Red Sox at the plate, grounding into 4 different double plays, including Jacoby Ellsbury in the 4th inning. With the game tied, Mark Teixeira, first time at Fenway Park in a Yankees uniform, drives in the go-ahead run. The Yankees would add another in the top half of the 7th inning, and it's 4-2. Albaladejo into the game for New York.
Albaladejo making his 7th appearance, 9 innings total, 8 hits allowed and 3 earned runs. He's walked 2, struck out 3. He missed most of last season with a right elbow stress fracture.
Phil Coke doing a nice job until the walk of J.D. Drew. Faced 5 batters, retired the first 4. Spay fouls it off to even the count at 1-1. Coke responsible for Drew, who's at first base, held on by Teixeira. A 2-hit night tonight for Jason Bay, a single and a double. He's also flied out to right. Albaladejo acquired by the Yankees from the Washington Nationals in December of 2007. Right-handed pitcher Tyler Clippard. One hopper to Jeter. He'll go to second for the force out that ends the 7th inning. It's 4-2 New York.
Game. Stay tuned for Granite City Electric Red Sox final, where you have a chance to be part of the show. Visit NESN.com now to submit your questions to the NESN.com inbox. TC and Eck will answer your questions, plus a trip around the majors and a preview of the final 2 games of this series this weekend. It's all coming up after the game on NESN.
4-2 New York on top, 8th inning. And the new pitcher for Boston is Takashi Saito.
5th appearance of the season for Saito, 4 1/3 total, 6 hits allowed and 3 earned runs. He picked up a save in his last outing. That was on the 19th against the Baltimore Orioles.
Molina has walked twice and singled. He's been on base 3 times. And Manny Del Carmen did a good job coming on in the 7th inning to kind of stop the bleeding. Retired all 3 batters he faced. Cano get credit for his sacrifice fly on the diving catch and left by Bay, but came in at a base loaded, nobody out situation. And minimized the damage. The 2 runs charged to Hideki Okajima, who didn't get anybody out, facing 4 batters. And on the hook right now for Boston. Chopped to short, Nick Green. 1 down.
Yeah, if the Red Sox are able to come back and win this ball game, remember that inning by Del Carmen.
One out for Cody Ransom from the number 9 spot. A RBI double back in the 4th inning. Tied the score at the time. Red Sox scored first in the game back in the 1st inning. And it's the Yankees on top 4-2 as they bat here with 1 out in the 8th. Strike over the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Saito giving up a run in the 9th inning on Monday, but got his first save as a Red Sox. As first overall save since September 27th of last year, after Papelbon had worked in back-to-back days. Ball 3, 3-1. First batter he faced in his new Red Sox uniform gave up a home run to Evan Longoria. Ransom with a swing and a miss and a full count. Mariano Rivera kind of limbering up out there. Had some thought about it, doesn't go after it, and walks with 1 out here in the 8th.
After Red Sox Monster Monday at 5:30, stay with NESN for Red Sox Game Day Live at 6 as the Red Sox face the Cleveland Indians. You'll hear from the Indians' new closer Kerry Wood, and in our ballpark breakdown segment, we'll go in depth at Jacobs Field. Plus, don't miss Heidi's Monday conversation. It's all Monday night at 6 after Red Sox Monster Monday.
1 out walk for the number 9 man, Cody Ransom. And here's Derek Jeter. Couple of hits tonight and an RBI, single and a double. With the game tied 2-2, his double off Hideki Okajima got it started in the 7th. And he came around to score the third Yankees run of the night.
See if the Yankees play a little hit and run with Jeter at the plate.
Runner goes. Jeter takes, and the throw is not going to be in time. Ransom steals second base.
No hit and run attempt there, just a straight out steal by Cody Ransom. Head for a slide at second base will beat the throw from Jason Varitek. Pretty good throw, but not quite in time. First stolen base for Ransom.
So into scoring position with one out. Fouls it off, and it's 2-1. John Lester tonight pitching the first 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Okajima plus innings, giving up 2 runs. Del Carmen an inning, and now Saito pitching the 8th. Chopped up the middle. Pedroia off balance throw in time to get Jeter. By the time he threw it, he was on the left side of the infield and the other side of second base. 2 down.
Yeah, when you make a throw like that and you're heading that direction, you almost have to start it out toward right field so it tails back toward first base. Big high bounce. Jeter with very good speed. Pedroia has to get rid of it in a hurry, and right on target to Kevin Youkilis. Like Cody Ransom may have hurt himself going into third base. Take a look at Cody Ransom heading toward third base on that high bouncer by Derek Jeter. Hard to tell if anything happened on that little trip. Maybe it was a trip to second base that got him.
Merrill Pena pinch running here for New York at third base. Now Johnny Damon with 2 outs and another runner at third base. Chance to push across here, another insurance run for New York as the Yankees bat in the 8th with 2 outs. That's it, foul, 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1. Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th inning. We expect in the bottom third of their order Lowell, Varitek, and Green. Nobody warming in the Yankees pen, so it looks like it'll be Albadejo again. Breaking ball outside, 3-1. outside corner, and it's a full count. Damon tonight has been on twice, 2 singles. He's also flat out struck out. Mark Teixeira waiting on deck, 2 outs in the 8th. Damon strikes out. Saito gets him, and the Yankees leave a runner at third. Head to the bottom of the 8th, 4-2 New York. Happy 38th anniversary to that couple as Jonathan Albaladejo back out there for New York. Ramiro Pena stays in the game at third base for New York. Lowell leads it off in the 8th. Grounds it foul. Double-barreled action. Damaso Marte and Mariano Rivera. Lowell, Varitek, and Green expected in the 8th. The Yankees tried to push across another insurance run, but Pena was left at third base. Saito striking out Damon to end the top half of the 8th. Javier Lopez up for Boston. Albaladejo ready with the 2-2. Lowell strikes out. Those words for Philden Culbreth on the way by.
Yeah, Mike Lowell thought that pitch was inside. So far the Yankee bullpen doing a very good job here against the Red Sox. Let's see what Amica says. Just inside, very close. Close to take with 2 strikes.
So 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the captain, who has popped out to shortstop and hit by a pitch and singled his last time up. Take strike 1 as Varitek looking back. On the ground right side, Cano. Step or 2 to his right. Varitek's out number 2 of the inning. Here comes Nick Green, who has been on base 3 times tonight from his number 9 spot. 2 singles, reached on an error, picked up an RBI with his single in the 6th inning, which tied the score 2-2 at the time. He takes strike 1. Green down 0-2.
Two hands. Always use 2 hands, especially when you don't have a glove.
Green gets hit on an 0-2 pitch inside.
No balls, 2 strikes, way ahead of Green. Tries to go inside and gets him right off the left knee.
So now the potential tying run coming to the plate in Jacoby Ellsbury. With a single back in the 1st inning. Since then he has fouled out, grounded into a double play. And flied out to center field. Strike one to Ellsbury. Joba Chamberlain tonight, the starter for New York, went 5 1/3, giving up the 2 runs the Red Sox had. So Koch came in for an inning and a third of shutout pitching. And now coming out is Girardi. They were waiting for Marte to be ready. As Albaladejo jumps ahead here 0-1. Girardi out of the dugout. And they're going to go get the new pitcher. They get Rivera up 2, and then it's going to be Mariano who comes on. 4-2 New York. Four to 2 New York on top. Looking for 4 outs from his closer. Here's Mariano Rivera.
4 for 4 in save opportunities for Rivera so far this season, making his 8th appearance. 7 innings total, 6 hits allowed, no runs. He has not walked anybody, and he struck out 8.
Inherits a count of 0-1 to Jacoby Ellsbury. Once Girardi got the word he was ready, goes to him.
Thought we'd see Damaso Marte.
So did I.
With the left-hander at the plate, but instead, no, he goes for Rivera.
Two outs, Nick Green at first base. One and one to Ellsbury. Striking, it's 1-2. Red Sox pen is busy. Javier Lopez still up. Jonathan Papelbon getting up. 486 career saves for Rivera, the most ever in American League history, second most all time, only behind Trevor Hoffman. Loop to center. Jeter goes out and can't make the catch. Reached up, couldn't make the grab. Ellsbury reaches up to second, goes Green.
Now that's a play there that Derek Jeter will make 99 out of 100 times. Kind of glided after that ball and right off the top of the glove. But he headed back slightly in the wrong direction.
It gives Pedroia a chance now with 2 outs in the 8th. All this started with a hit batsman, Nick Green, getting hit on an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the inning. Now 2 on, 2 down for Pedroia. Strike one.
You see cut fastball after cut fastball from Mariano Rivera.
Away, and it's a ball and a strike. Pedroia's been on 3 times tonight, 2 walks and a double. He's also flied out to right. Pedroia down 1-2. Already moving around the defense. They play about straight away on Pedroia. It's Nick Green at second, Ellsbury at first with 2 outs. Pedroia fouls off another. The reigning American League MVP bats with 2 on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th with the Red Sox trailing by 2. Big Papi waiting on deck. Strike 3 call. Mariano Rivera finishes off the inning. We head for the 9th. 4-2 New York.
That's what the
Dustin Pedroia sure didn't think that was strike 3.
He got a bunch of cut fastballs away. Then Rivera comes inside with a cut fastball. Pedroia might have had an argument. He was not happy at all with that final call.
Javier Lopez, the new Boston pitcher.
And you see the numbers, his 8th appearance.
Mark Teixeira gets hit with a pitch to start the 9th.
Sweeping slider here from Lopez that's going to get Teixeira off the foot.
Now Posada. Inside ball 1. Posada struck out 3 times against John Lester. And then singled off Okajima in the 7th inning. 2 for 3 in his career against Javier Lopez. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning will have Ortiz, Youk, and Drew against Mariano Rivera. Takashi Saito pitched the 8th inning. Got out of a jam with Pena at third base. He's able to strike out Johnny Damon. Lopez hits the lead batter here in the 9th inning. Now Posada with a swing and a miss, 2-2. Nick Swisher waiting on deck. This one thrown behind Posada, and to second base goes Mark Teixeira.
Now Lopez having some difficulty with that breaking ball. He hit Teixeira off the foot with it. Now throws this one behind Jorge Posada.
So a wild pitch charge to Lopez. Ball 4. Hit batter and a walk for Javier Lopez to start the 9th inning. John Farrell headed out. No action at the moment in the Boston pen.
Terry Francona pacing back and forth. His club with one more opportunity against Mariano Rivera in the bottom of the 9th. And a very frustrating night.
Rivera asked to get 4 outs. Struck out Dustin Pedroia to end the 8th. Has 1. Facing Ortiz, Youk, and Drew in the 9th. Question is, will the deficit be 2 runs for Boston? Yankees threatening as Swisher trying to get a bunt down, fouls it off.
That looked more like he was bunting for a base hit than a sacrifice attempt. Looks like he's trying to push it down that first baseline.
Strike 2, and it's 0-2.
And I'm sure it's something he was doing on his own. This is one of their hottest hitters. They want him swinging the bat.
Never had a hit against Lopez in 2 tries. Switch hitter coming in at .306 on the season, a double back in the 5th inning. Down in the count, 0-2. Robinson Cano with nobody out right now in the 9th. Teixeira hit by a pitch. Wild pitch got him to second. Posada walks. 2 on, nobody out. Swisher fouls it off. Able to block it, and it evens up now, 2-2. Full count.
Tried back-to-back changeups, not close to the strike zone for Lopez. Good job blocking the ball by Jason Veritek. Get it right in the webbing of the glove.
Hunter Jones going to start warming up in the Boston pen. Ball 4. He had been ahead of Swisher 0-2. He loses him. And the control problems continue for Lopez. So a hit batter, back-to-back walks. The Yankees have him loaded with nobody out in the top half of the 9th inning. And a chance here for Robinson Cano, who was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Picked up his 10th RBI in the 7th inning. Infield in all the way around for Boston as Lopez misses with ball 1. To second base, Pedroia's coming home for 1. Veritek to first for 2. All the double plays turned against the Red Sox tonight. They got a key one here.
Nice quick release at second base by Pedroia. Gave Veritek plenty of time to peel, to tag home plate, get out in front of home plate, and make that throw to first base. So the Red Sox get a huge double play. A night of double plays.
Boston's second double play. New York with 4 in the game. And Cano unable to get it done. So runners at second and third now for New York with 2 outs. And Melky Cabrera takes strike 1. 1-2, and Lopez a strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Almost to the backstop, and a great lunging stop by Jason Varitek.
Oh, what a great play by Varitek to save a run right there. That fastball sailing away from him, and he's just barely able to get a piece of the glove. Look, he's set up inside, has to reach all the way across and knock it down. Terrific play by Varitek.
Keeps it a 2-run game for the moment. 1-2 the count to Cabrera. 2-2. Lopez has been a little bit all over the place in this inning. Hit the first batter, back-to-back walks.
And when he's been missing by quite a bit.
Inside again, full count. Jose Molina on deck. Posada at third, Swisher at second, 2 down. Popped up. Jason Varitek's got to play. Makes it, and Lopez gets out of the inning amazingly without giving up a run. 4-2 New York. Back at Fenway Park, New York on top 4-2. Changes for New York as Melky Cabrera moves from center to right field. And Brett Gardner checks in center field now for New York. Mariano Rivera got the last out of the 8th. Has to deal with Ortiz, Youkilis, and Drew in the 9th. And after hitting a batter and walking back-to-back batters, somehow Javier Lopez got out of the 8th and preserved what is a 2-run deficit for the Red Sox as they come to bat in the 9th. Strike one. Ortiz struck out in each of his first 2 at bats, single to right in the 5th inning, and then flied out to left in the 7th. Youkilis then Drew in the 9th.
Yankees, one of those teams that don't go into the drastic shift for David Ortiz. They leave Cano on the infield dirt. Derek Jeter playing the pull, but they pull the third baseman way off the third base line.
Red Sox have had at least one base runner in every inning. They have left 10 men on through 7 innings. Ortiz fouling off more pitches. Slaps another one foul off to the left.
Inside corner with the cut fastball, outside corner with the cut fastball. Ortiz fouling him off.
Again the 0-2. Ortiz strikes out. They went up top that time, a little bit higher, and Ortiz strikes out for the first out of the 9th.
By design, you can see Molina set the glove up high. They wanted the high fastball. He gets the high cut fastball and the strikeout.
One out for Kevin Youkilis. Walked twice, reached on a fielder's choice, flied out to center field. Strike one from Rivera. Ripped back where it came from and into center field. The Red Sox will indeed bring the tying run to the plate with one out in the ninth.
First hit of the night for Kevin Youk, and a line shot right over the head of Mariano Rivera. Cut fastball that stays out over the plate, and Youk right over the glove of Rivera. Rivera upset he didn't catch the ball.
One out, Youk at first. A frustrated night for J.D. Drew. Grounded into a double play in the first with the bases loaded, flied out in the third. Grounded into a double play with 2 on in the fifth. Walked last time up. Takes ball one. A strike, and it's 1-1. Papelbon up for Boston. 18 pitches for Mariano Rivera, 15 strikes. Broken bat, grounder softly towards second base. They get one out. It's at first. And Drew's retired, 2 down. Youk takes second.
I'd like to have a total of the amount of bats that Mariano Rivera has broken, especially against left-handed hitters in his career. It's going to be an incredible amount. That cut fastball coming back in on the hands, breaking the bat.
It'll take something from Jason Bay if we are to continue with 2 outs here in the ninth. Youk at second base. A 2-for-4 night for Bay. Ball one. Everybody in the Red Sox starting 9 has at least 1 hit, with the exception of J.D. Drew. Bay to deep center field. Back goes Gardner at the wall. It is up and it is gone. 2-run home run for Jason Bay to tie the score at 4.
Well, it's been a huge night for Jason Bay. 2 hits coming into this at bat, but this at bat here, the big one of the night. One more look at the home run from Jason Bay. A cut fastball that stays out over the plate. And Bay with the long home run. Rivera knew it as soon as there was contact made.
More blown saves from Mariano Rivera against the Red Sox than any other team. And it's happened again. A 1-0 to Mike Lowell. And a strike, and it's 1-1. Away 2-1. A night of frustrations for the Red Sox. Feeling a little better now as Bay ties it up in the ninth. Just missing 3-1. Lowell lines it to left field, a base hit. Winning run at first base for Boston with 2 down.
Mike Lowell extended his hitting streak to 8 games back in the 6th inning, adds his 2nd hit of the night. Red Sox with 2 outs getting the home run from Jason Bay to tie the score at 4, and then the base hit by Mike Lowell to give the Red Sox the man at first base. Back in the 7th inning, Jason Bay making a diving catch with Manny Del Carmen. That kept the Yankees to 1 run, and Del Carmen got out of that mess. In the 9th inning, with the bases loaded, Dustin Pedroia, the 4, the 2, the 3 double play.
Jonathan Van Every pinch running for Lowell at first base. Strike 1 to Veritek. 10 for 32 in his career against Mariano Rivera. Large sample and the .313 batting average. Veritek fouls it off himself and is down 0-2. And Every just joining the team today. Chris Carter sent back to Pawtucket. One and 2. Told you earlier, 11 coming into this game, now 12 blown saves against the Red Sox. A 2-out, 2-run shot by Jason Bay has evened it up 4-4. This will be the 30th pitch for Rivera, who came on in the 8th. Faced 2 batters in the 8th. He's faced 6 now in the 9th. Veritek strikes out, and we head for extra frames. Tied at 4 as Jason Bay ties the game.
Red Sox fans, purchase your Taylor versus Froch tickets at the MGM Grand at Foxwoods tomorrow night. For more information, log on to mgm@foxwoods.com.
Ramon Ramirez getting into trouble, but getting out of it. A nice double play turned by Pedroia. Keeps the score 4-4 to the bottom of the 11th inning. Damaso Marte back to the mound for New York. Ortiz, Youkilis, and Drew to bat in the 11th inning. Two for 10 against Marte. Does have a home run. Marte's thrown 15 pitches, 10 for strikes. Ball 1. Ortiz had a hit back in the 5th, a single to right in a 1-for-5 night. Popped up foul, backing out of play. Action in the Yankees pen as Edouard Ramirez warms up. We've seen Phil Koch, Jonathan Albaladejo, Mariano Rivera, who blew the save, and Damaso Marte. After Joba Chamberlain went 5 1/3. So 1-1. Strike 2. Ortiz has struck out 3 times tonight. Twice swinging, once looking. And is down 1-2. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. Two and two. Thomas Marte coming over from the Pirates, part of the Xavier Nady deal. There's the Yankees placing Nady on the 15-day DL. Right elbow problem. He'll be out at least 4 weeks as they rehab it. 2-2. Ortiz strikes out.
Big sweeping breaking ball from Marte to pick up the strikeout against David Ortiz, who's had a very long night. 4 strikeouts now in the night for Ortiz.
Kevin Youkilis has walked twice, reached on a fielder's choice, flied out, and singled. Ball 1.
Pena right on that line down at third base, trying to prevent the 2-base hit. Off the line at first base is Teixeira.
A strike, and it's 1-1. J.D. Drew's had a very frustrating night. Waits on deck. Coming up with all kinds of people on base and unable to do anything tonight from an offensive standpoint. About after Youkilis, who has a count of 1-1. Two and 1. Jason Bay hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs, and Youkilis on tied it up. Youkilis takes strike 2. Jason Bay's 4th home run of the year. This 2-run shot off Mariano Rivera. His first blown save of the year, the 12th blown save against the Red Sox in his career. Now Youkilis to deep left field. The Red Sox will take game 1 of the season series. Kevin Youkilis with a walk-off home run in the end of a great night for Red Sox Nation.
What a remarkable comeback by the Red Sox tonight. This looked like a loss for the Red Sox with Mariano Rivera in the game. Jason Bay ties it up, and then Youkilis takes a fastball deep and out, and the Red Sox win a very exciting extra inning game.
Send it down to Heidi Watney.
All right, Kevin, you guys get the walk-off win. Your first game against the Yankees this year. It couldn't be a bigger stage.
Yeah, it's great just to get out of here. You know, it's a great game. Guys battled hard, and Jason Bay, that home run was huge, and pitched well, and luckily, just got that good pitch here to hit.
It doesn't happen without Jason Bay's 2-run homer, but also a lot of great defensive plays tonight. Dustin Pedroia had a few. Mike Lowell had that diving stab early in the game. Talk about your guys' defense tonight.
Well, that's what wins games for us is pitching and defense, and we made some great plays, and you just got that's what's going to win a lot of games this year. So it was great just to get that W by playing good defense and pitching well.
Can you take us through your last at bat just now?
I was getting some sliders, and then he got me the fastball outside. I thought he was going to throw a slider, and then I was just looking for a fastball and trying to react to a slider, and got a good pitch to hit.
All right, thank you. Nice job tonight.
5-4, the Red Sox walk off with the win in Game 1 of the series. For Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney, I'm Don Orsillo saying so long from Fenway Park. This has been a presentation of Nesson, New England's most watched sports network.